Yes, sir. Good morning to all of you. Myself, Mahesh Jagdish Pingle, lecturer Electronics Engineering, Government Polytechnic, Ambad. So, in our previous lecture, we have discussed about three parameters of the signal: amplitude, frequency, and phase. So, every analog signal has these three parameters. Digital also has the same parameters. So, amplitude, frequency, and phase are the important parameters of any signal. It may be a for low frequency signal or it may be a for high frequency signal. Now, before moving to the definition of the modulation, first of all, let us have clear the concept of low frequency and high frequency signal. So, this is your x axis. This is your y axis. Suppose this is your x axis, which is represented by time, y axis is represented by amplitude. Now, suppose this is your sinusoidal signal. Now, suppose this is a time duration of 1 second. So, within 1 second, you have sent a single cycle. So, we say that the frequency is low because only one cycle itself gets passed within a time duration 1 second. So, within 1 second, the total number of cycles passed, it is only one full cycle and two half cycles, right? So, this and this is half cycle. So, combination of half cycle, it is called as the one full cycle. So, only one full cycle is sent. So, we say that the frequency is low. Now, if for the same duration of time, right? So, on x axis it is time, on y axis it is amplitude. Now, for the same duration of time, that is for 1 second, if the total number of cycles passed are more than 1, then definitely the frequency gets increased, right? So, here is a low frequency. So, definitely if we compare these two frequency, it is the lower frequency and here it is the high frequency than the previous one. Why it is high frequency? Because the total number of cycles passed within 1 second gets increased. So, depending on such a kind of total number of cycles passed within 1 second, the signal itself gets classified into low frequency and high frequency signal. Now, definitely the low frequency signals gets attenuated within a very short distance. Means, suppose you have transmitted the baseband signal which is of low frequency. So, definitely within some meters of distance, the signal gets lost. So, we have to superimpose such a kind of low frequency signal on the high frequency signal because the strength and capacity of high frequency signal, it is more, right? Always keep in mind that the low frequency signals, the baseband signal or the information signal, right, or the modulating signal which we want to modulate are always the low frequency signal. So, the signals having very low frequency. So, baseband signal or the information signal or the modulating signal are the lower frequency signal. But the carrier on which we want to superimpose these baseband signal or the information signal and the carrier signal must have a very high frequency. Then and then only the modulation process will take place. So, the first important postulate while doing the modulation is that your baseband signal should be of low frequency. So, baseband signal, it means the information signal, it is also called as the modulating signal. So, this information signal, baseband signal or the modulating signal must be of low frequency and the frequency of the carrier on which you are superimposing the modulating signal must be very high. So, then and then only this particular carrier of high frequency can easily get the signal towards the desired destination. So that's why the first important postulate while doing the modulation process is that the frequency of the baseband signal, information signal and the modulating signal must be low, and the frequency of the carrier, it should be higher than that of your baseband signal. Then and then only the carrier can easily superimpose your modulating signal and cover the distance over a longer range, right? So meanwhile, just keep in mind that the baseband signal and the carrier signal of different frequency, low frequency for baseband and higher frequency for carrier. Now when these two signals, if we apply to the modulator, so suppose if we apply information signal or the modulating signal to the modulator and the carrier also to the modulator, the output of the modulator, it is modulated signal, right? So that we discussed in our previous lecture. So modulated signal is nothing but the signal formed with the combination of your low frequency and high frequency signal, or the superimposition process of lower frequency signal over higher carrier signal, right? Now one of the important term is that this modulator, it can be of three types, that is it may be an amplitude modulation or amplitude modulator, it may be a frequency modulator, or it may be a phase modulator, right? Now in this particular superimposition process, if you are varying amplitude of the carrier, if you are varying amplitude of the carrier with respect to change in amplitude of the baseband signal, then it is called as amplitude modulation. If you are varying frequency of the carrier with respect to change in amplitude of the modulating signal, then it is called as frequency modulation. And if you are varying phase of carrier with respect to change in amplitude of the modulating signal, then it is called as phase modulation. So always keep in mind that change in instantaneous value of amplitude of the modulating signal, if you are varying amplitude, then it is amplitude modulation. If you are varying frequency, then it is frequency modulation. And if you are varying a phase of the carrier, then it is called as the phase modulation. So in our next lecture, we are going to discuss the exact definition of modulation and the different types of modulation. So thank you very much.